What's up, guys? It's me, Tony G, coming to you from the Horseshoe Casino, Baltimore. I have to be honest, I have no idea what episode this is because this is the first episode back from Vegas. We're back in Baltimore, back in town. At the time of recording, this is like November, like 6th. Oh, it's November 6th, my brother's birthday. Joe, happy birthday, bro. Anyway, so we're here. We're going to play some 1-3 no limit. I hope you guys enjoy it. Here we go. All right, real quick, before we get into the episode, do me a favor. If you are new here, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It helps the channel out, helps me out, helps the algorithm. And if you're not new here, thanks for coming back. I appreciate the support. Let's get back into the episode. So let me tell you about Rad Poker real quick. It's a 6-second hold'em app. It's 6-second heads-up hold'em app. Helps you get better at online poker, make better decisions, quicker decisions. Go in the description down below. Download it, iOS, Android. Here's a screenshot. I'll check you guys on there. Look for me, Tony G 410. Okay, in the first hand we get into, we have Ace-6 in the cutoff. It gets to me, and I make it $10 to go. And 3 other people call, including the woman to my right, which is in middle position. She's been talkative since I sat down, but this is the first hand I get in. And we're 4 ways to the flop here. The flop is 6-8-4 rainbow. I hit the 6, but obviously I'm not liking it too much, and it checks all the way around to the turn, believe it or not. Now, I hit 2 pair with the ace of spades, and I don't remember why, but I did check it again, and everybody else also did. And we're off to the river. The river is the 5 of clubs. I'm not checking it again this time. I know the 5 brings in the backdoor straight, but she bets 10 after it checks to her, and I raise it to 30. And she's like, really? 30? How can you do that to me? I'm a nice woman. And says whatever and calls. And I go ahead and flip over my 2 pair. And she says, oh, that's so bad. And mucks her cards. And we'll take down this first pot. All right, the next hand we get into, we have King-8 of diamonds in the big blind, and it gets around to me, and I just decide to check my option. I'm not too fond of King-8, so we go 3 ways to the flop, and the flop is deuce, King-5 with 2 hearts, so we got top pair, so that's pretty good. It checks to me, and I throw out a bet of $10, and only the under the gun +1 calls, and the turn, I think, is action killing. It's the ace of spades. I didn't like it, and I just decided to check, and he also checks. The river is the 6 of clubs. I'm throwing out a bet this time, not letting it go. I bet 15, and he looks at his cards and thinks about it for 5 or 10 seconds, but ultimately, he just mucks his cards, and we'll take down this small pot. Okay, after being frustrated with being card dead, I guess I got a little loose and decided to start taking some chances with the 8-9 here. I'm on the button, and it gets to me, which it limps to me, and I raise it up to 6. And probably should have made it more, but I didn't. And we are 6 ways to the flop. The flop is 6-10 king with 2 hearts. I got a gutter to the straight. And believe it or not, with all 6 people still in the hand, it checks all the way around. And the turn is the queen of spades. I hate this card. It's not a good card for me at all, and it brings the backdoor flush. Backdoor straight in for a lot of other people. But the cutoff bet's 15, and I call in the middle position, thinks about it, but ultimately he does call. And if this card doesn't work out, I'm probably going to fold my hand to any bet. And the river is a terrible card. It's the ace of spades. And I'm hoping it just checks around, and but it doesn't. The cutoff bet's 30, and I fold. So in this hand, King Jack in the small blind gets to me, and I decide to make it $10 to go. And only the under the gun, I believe is what he was in, calls. And we're heads up to the flop of Queen Jack 7 with 2 hearts. I throw out a bet of $10 as I'm first to act, and he calls. The turn is the 3 of spades. It's a pretty innocent card. And I decide to make it 15 this time, and he calls pretty quickly. The river is the king of clubs, giving us two pair, not top 2 pair. And this time I decide to slide out a bet of 30. He thinks about it for 5 or 10 seconds, but he says, I know you got there on the river, and I'm not calling. So he folds his cards, and we'll take down the spot. This hand is incredibly sick. Oh man, I don't even know what else to say. Still sick. Okay, in this hand, I have the ladies in the big blind. It gets raised to $10 by the under the gun, and it gets all the way back to me, and I make it 25. And only the middle position, the guy in the blue shirt there at the end, calls. And we are now heads up to the flop, and it can't get much better. It is Queen 10-10. That's right, flopped a boat. We're going to try to get maximum value here. I down bet to 15, and it's music to my ears. He raises to 45, and I think about it, maybe Hollywooding a little bit, but I decide just to go ahead and call the 45. I was going to re-raise again, but decided against it, and I'm not sure why I decided against it, but I did just call the 45, cut out my chips there, and we are off to the turn. The turn, I didn't think too much of it. It's the king of spades. There's obviously straight possibilities there, but I felt pretty good. I bet 45 again, and now he thinks and says, did you hit the flop that well? And I said 45 to find out. He thinks about it, and he decides to go ahead and slide his chips forward. He calls the 45. Now, the river, it's the king of clubs. Again, I'm like, well, damn. There's a lot less kings in the deck now, obviously. But I throw out a bet of 45 again. And he decides to put me all in for 150, 175 effective, something like that. And after they get the count, I snap call it. I don't fear anything, and he shows kings. Wow. Smoked me, and I'm done. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you liked and what you didn't like, and I'll see you in the next episode. And don't forget, it doesn't matter how you're living your life, as long as you're living the felt life.